There was a hearing yesterday about this case in which Donald Trump and the Trump administration were trying to deport some immigrants from Venezuela. I believe they were trying to deport them to El Salvador using a 1798 law, the Alien and Insurrection Act, um, and trying to say that, we don't need to give them due process. We can just straight deport them. Now, they are not deporting them to their home country, like I said. Sounds like they are trying to deport them to El Salvador to be put into prisons. Um, and the judge initially said, we're putting a hold on this. Well, the Trump administration deported them anyway, and found out the planes were in the air, they didn't turn the planes back. And they kind of gave a bullshit answer yesterday to the judge, and the judge was rather pissed. Now, there's going to be another hearing about that today. They tried saying that, the Trump administration tried saying that, well, your verbal warning or verbal order in court wasn't really clear. We thought we only had to follow the written order that came later. And then by that point, the planes were in the air. We couldn't really turn them around, and they just kind of tried to double talk and, talk around it. The judge wasn't buying it. Well, there's a couple things with this. One, there's going to be another hearing at some point today. I have not heard about the outcome of that hearing. It's very possible that certain people will be held in contempt. Now, that will not include President Trump, because you can't do that to the sitting president. But it very well could be cabinet members. It could be lower officials. It could be the attorneys in this case. Who knows? But the judge could very well hold these people in contempt, whether that means fines, whether that means prison time, who knows? Again, it would be up to the judge. But there's another side of this that I don't think anybody's realizing yet, or I haven't heard anybody talking about, is that all of these things are court record. They are public record. And other judges are paying attention, other prosecuting attorneys, or not prosecuting, but plaintiff attorneys, because these are all civil cases, are paying attention to what the Trump administration is doing in these cases. And what they're going to do is, when they ask for relief later, they're going to say, hey, judge, in this case over here, they tried to pull a fast one with this other judge. Can you please make your order very specific? And the judge is going to look at it and probably do just that. Now, ultimately, these cases will end up before the Supreme Court, and we will see how they play out. But Donald Trump is trying to push the judicial system around, and they're pushing back and saying, no, that's not how this works. So far, it seems like the judiciary is the only branch willing to push back against Donald Trump, at least at this point.